You calling your boyfriend, you calling your girlfriend, right? You're on the phone. She lives across the country, across the world. And there's always arguments. You're always trying to get him or her to understand you're home. You're not doing anything. You're doing the best that you can to make this person happy. But no matter what you do or what you say, this person do not find a way to meet you halfway, to understand you, no matter how much you break it down to them, how much you explain to them what you're about, what you're doing, showing them proof, they just don't understand. I'm here to let you know why long distance relationships don't work in 2022. Again, before I get into that, this is your best friend, your new best friend, Gene. And we're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about it, why long distance relationships don't work, and especially for the year of 2022. But stay tuned, because your best friend, like always, you are about to get straight laced. And please share, subscribe to my videos. Please share my videos. All right, let's get into it. Long distance relationships. How this came about. I had my homegirl, we was just chopping it up on the phone. She's one of my subscribers. She's been watching me for some time. And we were just chopping it up. She lives in Grenada. And another one, I was just chopping it up with, she lives in Haiti. And she was like, best friend, Gene, what's up? I was like, what's up? Talk to me. She's like, I got something to talk to you about. I'm just so stressed. I'm so stressed. And I've been in a long distance relationship. And I am in a long distance relationship. I apologize. And I am not happy. And I'm like, what's up? What's going on? First thing I'm trying to get them to understand is like, because she did ask me if I have been in a long distance relationship. Of course, your best friend have been in a long distance relationship, right? Especially when I was in my 20s. I was in a long distance relationship, and this went on for 2 years. And she was just telling me, back to her, she was just telling me, right? The one in Haiti, I was telling you, I'm not gonna put her name out there because I don't know if her boyfriend will watch this someday, or soon to be ex-boyfriend, right? And she was just telling me that she's just fed up. No matter what she does all that she can to just try to explain to this guy how she is, and all she gets is insults. Of course, she's from the Caribbean. Shout out to the Caribbean. I'm Caribbean too. That's one of the problems that we do have with our people, is that, and if you're not Caribbean, I'm sure you have been, if you're watching this, you have been in a long distance relationship. And it's not easy because, like she said, this person, if he doesn't believe her, he accuses her of things. And when she decides to try to stick up for herself, he insults her, and of course, he accuses her of doing things. And she just talked to me. She's like, what do you think about that? Like, talk to me. What's going on? What should I do? And she said to herself that, after this situation like this, I don't believe I can be in any other type of relationship. And I told her, look, the only way this can work, if either one is going to take a big sacrifice for you guys to meet each other halfway. But even though you still get with this person, how do you know if you do know this person? Let's keep it real. And this is one of the reasons why I stress this a lot. If you're willing to be in a long distance relationship with someone, right? And of course, sometimes, one person in the relationship can't make a way to be with that person. So it's going to take you. And when I mean you, let's say you're from the United States like I am, right? And that person lives somewhere in the Dominican Republic. You that's from the United States, you're going to have to go meet this person. Stay with that person for a month. I can't give it 2 weeks. You don't really know nobody in 2 weeks. No, stay with that person for a month and see if you can be with that person before you can make any kind of decision to be with that person, because you don't really know that person. This is one of the reasons why sometimes long distance relationships don't work. But I did write down some reasons why long distance relationships don't work, because you need to know this, especially for the people that are in Caribbean, people that are in Africa, all over the world, because even across the country, because you do not know what that other person, I don't mean other person, your significant other person that you're with in a relationship is about. And you got to be real with yourself. Let me dive into it. The one reason why relationships fail is comparing your relationship with other people's relationships. That right there, you have to take that into deep consideration. How can you be with someone that's, like I said, across the country, across the world, and you're comparing your relationship with a person that's nearby you? Or somebody that did have a relationship with a person, and that could have been possibly a long distance relationship too. There's no comparison. You can't compare that, because you and your person that you're supposedly in a relationship with are two different people than that person that you see that have been in a long distance relationship, right? There's no comparison, because you have to make a way to be with that person, to know what kind of person that person is. You can't compare. And it's not fair. It's not fair for you or that other person to compare any type of relationship, because you and your significant other are two different people. You still learn about each other. Think about that. Number 2, being intimate with another person. Now, this right here is really deep, and this is one of the reasons why long distance relationships fail, because we got to keep it real. Me personally, I'm a very loyal person. I can't stress this enough. I'm a loyal person. Any woman that get with me, they're gonna know the raw truth, how I get down. Me, I'm a kind of person, I'm a lion. This is one of the reasons why, if I do kick it with someone, especially overseas, I am going to make a way for us to meet each other. I want to say let me rephrase that. I'm going to discuss a way for us to get with each other. I have to bring that up. I do talk to women overseas. I do, because I'm a cultural person, right? If you did not know, I am West Indian, Haitian, right? Now, I've been to many countries before. And I've spoken to women from almost all over the world. I can't say every country, but I've spoken to women in Africa. I have spoken to women, especially in Colombia, Dominican Republic, Haiti, of course, right? Most of my family is there. Women across the country in the United States. And one of the things I always bring up, right, especially if we're kicking it and they loving the science that I'm spitting to them, because The women I do talk to, and if they know, I'm honest, and I'm gonna tell you what my intentions are. I don't got time for games. And this is one of the reasons why I always discuss how we're gonna meet. Because me personally, I'm a lion. And what I mean by I'm a lion, I'm gonna want to kick it with my woman. I'm gonna want to be intimate. We have to talk about this type of things. Because intimacy, women, men, we want that. And this is where cheating comes in. Can you call it cheating? Because you guys are far apart. How can you call that a relationship and you're across the world? You're both in two different places. Me personally, I've been in long distance relationships. But we're going to get into that, of course, at the end. I'm going to break everything down to you. But it's very hard. I'm telling you. Intimacy, we all need that. Men and women. Fellas, a lady could tell you that, okay, it's okay, she'll be loyal. I'm telling you, that woman that's telling you that, she's telling you that to make you feel good. She can be a strong woman, she can hold it down, cool. But I'm telling you, it's going to take a strong woman to not want to get intimate with anyone else but you. Keep that in the back of your mind. Everybody wants intimacy. Everybody wants, let's say it, sex. I know I do. My woman is across the world. I'm going to make a way. She's going to come see me. Baby, okay, cool. You all okay. We have to get you a visa. We're going to have to do something. I mean, let's make a way. You're going to have to be next to me. I'm laying in bed. You right next. Okay, you right there. All right, cool. That's my thing. Women that I know that do kick it with me, they know. Especially the women in New York. If you're watching this, you kicked it with me. We was in New, they'll come to Connecticut to come stay with me because I don't play that. Or I'm in New York. We somewhere. Because let's go to the third one. I'm telling you, this is a real serious joint, man. I'm telling you, long distance relationships. This is one of the reasons why they don't work. Number 3, letting your relationship get boring. I'm telling you, how many times can you stay on the phone with a person and just talk about things? What's going on in your life? How many times can you do that? Now, I'm not telling you, let me tell you, I'm not telling you long distance relationships don't work. I'm breaking it down to you why they fail. They can work, but we're going to get into that later. But it gets boring. You seen other couples, right? They together. They buying roses. Valentine's Day just passed. They buying roses, right? And you on the phone with your person and on the video, and it gets boring, especially if the person is not open-minded. What can you guys talk about, every day, which is cool. But you have to take in consideration, it will get boring. You have them lonely nights, right? Number 4, not communicating and listening properly. This is the most important thing about why relationships fail. Long distance relationships fail. Why? Communication and listening. For you to listen, you need understanding. Shout out to my home Grenada in Grenada. We were just chopping it up on the phone. We were just chopping it up. And I said that to her. She said, it sucks. And I agree. Because how can you have honesty and loyalty from a long distance relationship, right? If you're not communicating and listening properly. You need communication and understanding. That's how relationships work. How can you be loyal to somebody if you can't communicate, if you can't understand what the person is telling you? If you're not listening to the person. Let's be real. Number 5, being in love with the idea of being in love. We all have this. I remember when I was in a relationship and this happened to me before, right? I said to myself, it's about time for me to start. I put this in my head. I kid you not. I was young, right? Parents, comment below. You're West Indian and you have parents that's telling you, pushing you to get into relationships. That can't only be me. They'll push you and tell you it's time for you to get married. It's time. I'm not blaming that on my parents because we all make our own decisions. But listening to them, I believed at the time I met someone and I was in love with the idea of being in love, right? At least that's what I thought. I got into a relationship with a person that was long distance. And I'm going to get into that more later in my videos. And she was from Haiti. What I did, of course, I liked her a lot. I told my father, I don't say blame him, but I told my parents this is the person I like. But me being the guy that I am from here, I'm young, and she's very younger. She was much younger than I was. I was trying to set it up for us to be together, and she was cool with it. Of course, I'm here. I could take care of her. She could come over here. She was happy. But the communication, right? What I mean by communication, the things that I say to her couldn't get into her mind mentally because the language, I do speak Creole, but it's not proper Creole the way they speak it. So how can she be able to understand me? And how was I able to understand her? Why she would get upset when I say certain things? Because the way I said it to her, she wasn't happy about it. She didn't like the way I was, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? And she didn't listen. She didn't have the understanding. She was young, right? And that's what happens. That's the problem with society nowadays, right? We rush into things, especially long distance relationship. We think it's cool. But we missing the two big things. We think that being in love and loving a person, love, can hold each other together. It can't. You have to being in love with the idea of being in love. I'm telling you, it won't work. Because you put that into your head and it becomes a delusion. So number 6, not giving enough time to your partner or giving too much time. Man, that's true. Like I said, back to the past relationship that I was in, I was engaged with her, trying to get her to come to where I was. I was much more younger, and I believed that I was doing the right thing. But it came a time when I was giving her too much of my time. I can be in the middle of work. She would text me. I'll stop what I'm doing just to talk to her because I believe at the time it was okay because that was supposedly going to be my wife. When I didn't give her time, my time, she accused me of being with someone else. Vice versa. And it was always arguments after arguments after arguments after arguments. We both were hot-headed. Both Virgos. Now, I'm not saying, shout out to the Virgos, I'm a Virgo. But we were two Virgos. We were too much of the same people. But when we were together, it was fiery. It was beautiful, when we were together. But it was too much. And that's what happens. You want to have time where you can miss each other. In long distance relationships, that's where it gets dangerous. Because how can you give somebody space, right? Hear where I'm going with this. How can you give somebody space, right, from another country, and you're already far away from that person? How can you think about that? You're with someone across the world, and you decide not to talk to that person for a day or two, but you are already far away from this person. You're not with this person every night. Some cases, you can see this person once a year. Some cases, you can see this person twice a year. Some cases, people, they come 4 times a year. They'll spend 2 months at a time. But think about it. When that person is gone, your bed is empty. Your house is empty because you done shared your soul with this person. Talking on the phone with you breaking it down to them how you are. You're talking to this person. You're sharing a part of you with this person. So think about that. Giving too much time and giving less time from in a long distance relationship is just nothing but a big confusion. Okay? So these are the things that I wrote down, and it makes sense. I looked it up online because I don't have the answers to everything, but I have been in this situation before. And I can relate to all of these, right? And let me break it down to you. If you're in a long distance relationship and you're dealing with someone, right? My homegirl I was talking to earlier today, and she was just telling me how she's with the person. And I'm not going to talk down on them because I've been in long distance relationship. I've been. And I'm not sitting here making it seem like I'm perfect because I'm not. But that shit is, it's not easy. It's not easy because, let's use me as an example. I'm a kind of person, I have to have my woman next to me. I have to have my woman next to me. I'm very affectionate, right? I love communication. I love going out, especially if I have my woman next to me. I love that touch, waking up to my woman and she's laying on my chest, getting the morning kisses. I'm into all of that. But how can I do that with you 150,000 miles away from me? How can I do that with you if you're even in another state? Now, don't get me wrong. I do talk to women overseas, but they know what my intentions are. There's a difference. Because I know some of these women, they'll tell me, hey, I'm in a situation right now. I've been dealing with this person, is back. Cool, they'll break it down to me, and this is where the respect comes in. This is where, when I'm communicating with them, they love talking to me. Because I've been I'm telling you, long distance relationships, it's not easy. And the only way they can work, I'm going to tell you how. You have to make a plan to be with that person. Point blank, period, drop the mic. You have to make a plan to be with that person. Because without that plan, that relationship, which is a long distance relationship, is not a relationship. Because all you're doing is just teasing each other. You're wasting time. And like I said, I have a friend of mine. He was in a relationship. I told him the same exact thing. Now, I'm not bashing anyone about what they did, right? I'm not bashing anyone. But from my experience dealing with a person from a long distance, you're doing nothing but teasing yourself with that person. You're on the phone, right? You're talking to the person. Send me a picture, especially if you want to. You on video, cool. You see your woman, you can see her. What kind of pleasure can you get from that? What kind of pleasure can you get from it? How are you teasing yourself? So it's cool. Let's say this. It's cool. But you decide to be with this person. At that point, you guys made a decision to be with each other. Long distance. Create a goal how you guys can meet each other and know and decide if you want to be with that person for the rest of your life. Because how can you get mad at a person that decided let's say, to be intimate with someone else, and then you're way over here in Florida, and this person is in, let's use somewhere in the Caribbean. Let's use say, I'll say Caribbean. We use Caribbean a lot. Let's say they are in Central America somewhere, in Mexico, right? How can you get mad at that person? Vice versa, if they decide to be intimate with someone, and you haven't made a goal to see how you guys can move in with each other and be together. How can you? I'll say this. If you want to be with a person, you want to marry a person, and you see yourself could be with that person, vice versa, men and women, right? Right? Two couples together, right? Two couples, and you guys want to be together, right? I'm not talking for you, because at that point right there, you guys made a decision to marry each other and be with each other. I'm talking for a person that's in a relationship, long distance, and you're just in the relationship, just to be in that relationship, and you haven't made a way, some type of communication to your supposedly girlfriend or boyfriend to be with each other and move together. How? Think about it. All you're doing is just wasting each other's time. I had to break it down to you just like that. It's not easy. I do agree. Nia, shouts out to you from Grenada. We talked about this. It sucks. Because all you're doing, like she said it herself, you have to live your life. And this is one of the things that does happen, right? To my ladies, to my fellas that are overseas, you want to be with somebody that, probably can give you an opportunity, right? You can come here to the United States, you can work, right? Cool. But are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice making that person, let's say if they're in the United States, they are in Canada, where else? Europe, wherever, and they're sacrificing and making a way to make you happy and be next to them. Are you willing to be loyal to them just so they can give you a peaceful life? And then when you guys link up together, you guys can build. Are you willing to do that? I know a lot of people are not going to be happy with this. What I'm saying, Gene Ding, I thought you was my best friend. I was kicking with you. You were saying some shit, and then now you switch up. You sound to me. Yes, because I grew up in an environment where that's what people do. They want opportunity. They want opportunity so they can be able to leave their situation, their hard situation, wherever they are, just so they can get into a better position. And this is where people talk to you a certain type of way. They treat you a certain type of way. They give you a reaction. Is either my way or the highway. Are you willing to sacrifice that? Think about it. Because there's sacrifices that you have to do to be with a person in a long distance relationship. All right. I broke it down as much as I can. I've been in a long distance relationship. I know what I'm talking about. Some people are not going to like me for this video I just did, right? Cool. But I'm telling you, these are the reasons why long distance relationships fail in 2022. All right. Comment below and give us your reasons why long distance relationships don't work. All right. And I'm talking for the people that have been in long distance relationships and they know that they won't go back and be in a long distance relationship. Now, for me, will I be in a long distance relationship? Me, I'll say I'm open to it with my intentions. With my intentions. Why? Because I've been in long distance relationships and I do know the pros and cons. And I'm telling you, the cons outweighs the pros. Okay? What are the pros? You're talking to someone different, you're learning about a culture. You know that the person you're talking to from a long distance, they're into you. Now, I'm not saying that wherever I'm close, they're not into me, but you have something more interesting to talk about, something to look forward to on your phone. You know, you're getting your attention, you're getting more attention. Cool. You know? But I know subconsciously I cannot be here where I am and my girlfriend, she's across the world doing I don't know what. And my biggest thing too, I'm a man, I'm gonna think that what are you doing? Like, what you doing today? Not saying that I'm jealous, but let's think about it. You're not next to me, right? I can't give you I can't be intimate with you. I can't kiss you when I want to. I can't touch you. I can't smell you when I want to. I want to say smell, but you know, you get it. When I'm hugging on you, I smell you. That. I don't know why you're mad all the time. You know, I don't know. And we're not made to be alone. Us as humans, we're made to be with someone. Now, I know I'm single right now. I'm single because I'm staying on my square. I got a business. That's what keeps me focused. That's what keeps me grounded. Now, but I'm speaking for people that are in long distance relationships and that are thinking about being in a long distance relationship. All right? But I'm not gonna get into it. I know I done chopped it up. I done spit my thing, did my thing. And let's talk about it. People from all over the world, right? Comment below, right? If you're here in the United States too, you're watching this video, comment below. This video resonated with you? Comment below and tell us why long distance relationships fail. And if they can't work, comment below too. No judgment. There's no wrong, there's no right. Comment below. All right, this is the end of the video. And let me remind you, this is your best friend, your new best friend, Gene. Please comment below and tell us why long distance relationships don't work. And please like, share, and subscribe. And ladies, keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends in fashion at Gorgeous271. Gorgeous271. All right? In the description below. And again, please share my videos. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.